ever, friends. I haven't even talked about, I haven't even spoke about the VIP offer. For the first time ever, I decided that I was going to give away actual copies of a book, and I'm giving away Kara's Book Market Like You Matter. So make sure that you upgrade to the VIP so that you can get a copy of that if you don't already have it. Hello, my friend.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fantastic. So first, some pointless things to get out of the way because I need to know, and probably nobody watching this cares. Although there are a lot of people watching this that know you, so maybe they do care. But I want to hear a little more about your road trip and the expensive gift that your husband bought for himself and how that's going. First of all, I'm angry with you. I don't understand why you didn't add like a whole half a day to your trip home so that you could come through Kansas City instead of boring Texas, but that's a whole nother thing.
So I tried to go through Kansas City and it wouldn't have been a whole half a day. It would have been like 2 hours.
No, it would have been 2 hours of drive time. It would have been a giant chunk of time actually figuring out where to meet up, and then the time to flap our jaws, blah, 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 blah. It would have been more than 2 hours for sure.
That's fair. My husband's sister is in Texas, and apparently, like, sisters are more important.
F that. That's not true.
So we had to go through Texas. It was fun and terrible all at the same time. I'm happy that I'm home. My lungs do not handle humidity well. Apparently, we learned that. I didn't know it was an issue. I thought I was going to be dead. So I'm happy to be back in the dry air where I can breathe again.
Yeah, I bet.
And my husband is very happy with his present to himself, which was an expensive car.
And what was the car for anybody who doesn't know?
What's that?
And what was the car for anybody who doesn't know?
It's a Corvette. That's all I really know. 2016, 2000 something. Who knows? When I first married him, he's always been into cars. When I first married him, I learned all the stuff. Like I can diagnose things that are wrong with cars with like 80% accuracy, which I'm very proud of. I know all of the brands. I know all of the stuff. And I worked really hard to know it because I was going to be a good wife. And then like about 3 years into our marriage, I was like, yeah, I still don't care. You're not that hard to keep a hold of. So I don't care.
You're not that hard to keep a hold of. That's funny. Write that down. Somebody put that in the comments so I remember it.
So I didn't listen to any of this because I don't care. It's blue. It's like a bluish, grayish. It changes colors in light. The top comes off. That's cool. That's all I know about it because I intentionally did not learn the rest.
I like cars. It's pretty sweet. So there's that. All right. So let's get into important things. We are going to, here's the two other important things that I need to tell you if you're watching this. And I will try to remember to repeat these often. One, I already mentioned, this is a beta event, right? We're experimenting with this new masterclass setup. And some of our experts, you're going to see me and them spend 45 minutes to an hour going back and forth, chatting, having a conversation, pointing out pain points, solutions, all the things. We're still going to give you at least one actionable solution to whatever we talked about. Some of the experts are coming in and they're going to teach you, a strategy. They're going to dive all in and you'll see very little of me. Let me know what sections or what sessions you really like. If you like the interview style where we talk about all the problems and give you solutions to those problems, or if you want you want to be taught the whole time, like workshop style. The other thing, most of you watching this probably know that I have some health issues. We're not going to dive into that, but I am not a hot mess. I told my kids that I no longer identify with that anymore because they were pointing out I have a lot of hot mess express type stuff. I'm like, no, I no longer identify with that. I'm no longer going to live in chaos, but I have this it's not new and it's not actually a fidget toy, but my husband was a genius. My hands are super weak. And so I told him I really have to get my hands and my arms stronger, and I need to do it quickly because they have been in chaos lately. And he gave me this tennis ball, which he just gave it to me to squeeze. Like, this is like the first step for disabled type people or who lose the stuff in their arms. And I figured out that it's a fantastic fidget toy, and I like have been throwing it around and catching it, which you would think is just stupid. However, my arms really don't work. I have a hard time bending them, and throwing it around and catching it is actually improved my mobility in just the last 2 days significantly. So this is for Adrian. You know who you are specifically. If my fidgeting bothers you, put a Post-it note over my face because I'm going to fidget. I hope she hears that, but I don't think she's watching live right now. So somebody tell her I mentioned her. Anyway, okay. So those are the other 2 things that are important. Let me know about the interview style / workshop style and what you learn, what you took away from each session. So Kara, Market Like You Matter. First of all, we already mentioned the book. It is part of the VIP session. Where did the idea for writing this book start? What started the whole process?
Well, the book is Don't Suck at Business.
Oh, that's right. It's Don't Suck. Man, I've already screwed up this whole thing.
It's okay because I have a whole course about Market Like You Matter. So same question, just about the course. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. But it's Don't Suck at Business that comes with your that's in the VIP thing. And there's a big section in marketing in there, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It talks about the same thing. So where did all of this come from? Basically, when people are taught about marketing, we really don't make it past choose a target market, choose a core product, create a funnel. We don't really make it past all those things, and people get a little frustrated because we're still kind of doing like a caveman version of marketing, which is essentially I put up a sign and therefore people should show up. But that's not how marketing works anymore. That's not what people respond to anymore. So this course and what's in the book talks about kind of those next steps. So how to be loud, how to stand out, how to take on this mindset of marketing like you matter, because we are choosing a target market and we're building a funnel, and then we're very quietly being like, hey, I have this thing. Hey, I have this thing. And then I see it all the time. People are like, I started a business and I never got a sale in the whole entire time I was doing it. And I'm like, oh man, how long did you run that business? And they're 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
You know, that's not, you didn't fail. You just gave up because 2 weeks isn't enough time. And we're kind of marketing really quietly because we're waiting for people to just show up because we have something, and we have to be taking up lots of space.
Okay. So, I have no idea where this conversation with Kara is going to go today, but here, take note, write this down. This is going to be your $1 million nugget for this particular session. And it's from me, not from her. So haha, that's funny. Not funny. But what you said, I don't even know what it was, but it triggered something that's really important to me. You said, people whisper, I have this thing. And I want you to think about something. How often do you make an offer? I was in a workshop. It's been several months now, like last summer, maybe even a whole year ago. And the speaker made a very good point. If you only make an offer once a week, okay, let's say that you managed to get somebody on your calendar, you're doing a discovery call. You only do one a week, and you only make that offer across all of the things where you could be making offers. You only do it once a week. It takes the average consumer 7 to 12 exposures to make a decision. 7 to 12. So if you make one offer once a week, you are only going to be creating, it's going to take you 7 weeks to make a sale. At least 7 weeks to make a sale. That is not sustainable. It is not profitable. And you are going to be one of those people that lasts 2 weeks, hopefully longer than 2 weeks. But keep that in mind. How can you make an offer somewhere every single day? That is marketing like you matter. Making sure that you are making offers every single day, at least once, so that you make sales every single day. So, and
a lot of the pushback when you say stuff like that is people saying, well, I'm going to bother people. I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to frustrate people. I don't want my friends not to like me, whatever. All of these things about worrying about other people's feelings and managing other people around your business. I promise I promise the CEO of Coca-Cola is not like, guys, we have to pull back on our marketing because my grandma is sick of seeing our ads. Like, that's not a conversation that's being had in any of these big corporations. They're not talking about how, oh, we might annoy somebody, therefore we can't advertise anymore.
If they're not paying your bills, who gives a flying F what they have to say?
Yeah, and it's okay for us to take up space. It's also okay for you to separate your business from your personal life, so you can have your own personal Facebook page that isn't all about your business, and then your business pages that are all about your business. It's okay to do that. We should be making everything you post should have an offer in it. It should have a call to action. What's next? What does this look like? People should know how to shop with you and know what to do. It doesn't mean you're shoving it down their throats. But if you give some really high, great value thing here that everyone loves, it is okay to say at the end, and this is where you can go to learn more.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you have matters. Your business matters. You matter. What you're offering to the world matters. And we need to be okay with that.
You made a fantastic point. CTA, next step, right? So your offer could be join my Facebook group. Mm-hmm. That's an offer. That's making somebody, that is asking them to make a decision and work further with you. Other offers that aren't taking money. I don't know. Now that I said that out loud, schedule a coffee chat. Coffee chat would just be like getting to know each other, finding out if you can solve a problem, giving them a quick win. I'm going to stop there because now that I put myself on the spot, I can't think of any other free.
There's lots. Like, if you have any downloads, like we have a Business Foundation checklist. I have workbooks up the wazoo. Yes. Those types of things. Get a coupon code. Save some money.
All those. Fantastic. That reminds me. We should give them what you just mentioned, the checklist. And also, because we want you to take up space, we've mentioned that, right? I have an ebook to help you plan out a launch strategy. And tomorrow I have somebody else coming we're going to talk about launches. So that's exciting. But let us drop those links. Yeah, let's drop those links because we're going to be dropping freebies all over the place the next 2 days. And these are all things, maybe you need it now, maybe you don't. Don't download it though if you don't need it because you're not going to use it, right? So don't fill up your inbox unless there are things that you're like, yes, this is a low-hanging fruit thing for me right now. Does that make sense? Because like I said, there's, I don't even know, like 10 people, 10 experts, 10 different topics that we're going to be talking about over the next 2 days. You're going to get a lot of stuff. So make sure that you prioritize what's important to your business right now so that you don't get overwhelmed with stuff. Does that make sense?
I agree.
Okay, good. So this is, I'm putting this in the chat right now, Kara's Business Foundations checklist.
Yeah.
I need a new keyboard, Kara, and it makes me really sad.
I'm sorry.
Because I have this really cool emoji keyboard, and it looks and sounds kind of like it does is it you that hates the clickety click of the, no, it's.
I do hate the clickety click. I don't know if I'm the one you're thinking of, but I do hate it.
No, it's Elise that we've had this conversation. I like a light clicky click. My husband bought me this keyboard and I absolutely love it because it has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 built-in emoji keys, which make my life so much easier. Like really. And, the D and the M keys are not working. And I use them a lot, which explains why they're leaving, why they're dying. Anyway, you never know what you're going to get when JKN does live events. Okay, checklist is in the thing, and I'll go find the thing. I'll go find the link for my my thing, my ebook. That's what it is. I totally got us off track. We were having a fantastic conversation. I wanted to give away free stuff, and we're taking up space. So, what are some other things that people get stuck in their own head about when it comes to marketing and taking up space?
Okay, so I have a list of like 5 essentially. The first one we kind of already covered. It's being loud. We are afraid of getting out there and being loud. But we know things when we're talking about corporate big businesses. We know stuff. Like if I say blank gives you wings, everyone knows the answer is Red Bull. Or if I'm like silly rabbit,
Tricks
for
with
kids.
the kids.
Exactly. All of those, the best part of waking up, like everyone knows that. Exactly. We all know that because those companies are loud. They're willing to get out there again and again and again and program us so that their company is top of mind. My kids are a great example. If you ask about soap, I don't know where they learned this. We don't even have that much live TV for them to watch commercials or anything.
I thought you were going to say soap. We don't have that much soap.
No. But they will tell you all about Dawn dish soap. Even when they were little, when they were like 3, they're like, Mom, you need Dawn dish soap because it's tough on grease and safe on wildlife. Okay, brainwashed human. Cool. But it's because they're willing to be loud. They're willing to say the same things over and over and over and over again and keep being super repetitive. And we're afraid of being loud and we're afraid of our messages being stale. And we're like, this is boring to me, so I should change it. We have to stick with what we have so people can learn it the way we learn things from other businesses. So that's another one too, being loud and being repetitive. We're scared of both oftentimes. And those are great steps into learning how to market like you matter. Loudly repeating yourself again and again and again and again.
Yeah. One thing that I learned, I don't even remember, I'm sure it was while I was in network marketing or something like that. But your messaging needs to be consistent because it's not, you need to constantly be saying the same message to new people. The people who are around and they know that that's what you're doing. First of all, you're putting it in their brain, what you do and all the things. And then they're telling people about what you do and all the things. But keep in mind, you constantly are on the search for new people and driving traffic, looking for your next ideal client, your next referral partner, all of the things. I think I have already said all of the things at least 10 times today.
That's fine. That too. And because I agree, you need to be constantly looking out for new people. So you want to be able to introduce that. I also want it to be top of mind for everyone else. I want to be instant recall when people say, hey, how do I start a business? How do I create a good foundation for my business? I want people to say, instantly think, Kara does that. Launch does that. They can help you. They have a really great program, those types of things. And so in order for me to be that instant recall, in order for them to say that, I have to keep saying the same freaking sentence over and over and over again, no matter what.
Crap. I had something. Oh, yes. So, top of mind. Guess what, friends? Tomorrow, if you want a new strategy for staying top of mind, I have an expert coming to tell you about a tool that you can use to stay top of mind in your business as well. So that's a whole nother thing. That's tomorrow. I keep getting us off course.
You're fine. You're fine.
Hold on. I need to. Okay. Yeah. See. Oh, now I'm fixed. All right. Here we go. Sorry. I'm trying to do all of the things in the Facebook comments, and I keep turning the volume on. So we're. What's the word? Echoing.
I don't hear you echoing on my end, at least.
I turned off the volume of the other one. Okay, so that's one thing. We want to make sure that we're constantly repeating ourselves so that we stay top of mind. What are other things? You had 5 things and I keep cutting you off. So we've talked about
being loud. Mm-hmm. We've talked about repetition, being bold and all of that. Another one is to make sure you're diversifying your marketing. I see this a lot. People will be like, I'm just going to go viral on TikTok, or they have gone viral on TikTok, and their whole entire business hinges on that one specific platform. In order for us to really market like we matter and have successful marketing, we need to diversify our marketing. For me, I don't want more than a quarter of my business coming from one source. And it doesn't mean I'm turning off that source, but I'm going to start up-leveling others so that I have a more well-balanced business, especially if your business is coming from third-party apps that you have no control of. Because we have no idea what's going to happen on TikTok. They can change the algorithm. There's talks of them being banned. You can get shadow banned in there. You can be reported. You can be hacked, and then everything's deleted. So many things can happen. So as we're thinking about marketing like we matter, we're also taking up all of the spaces, all of the platforms like we matter, and reaching into more markets and finding more and more places. It doesn't even all have to be online. Businesses existed before social media. There are so many more ways to market than just on social media.
Okay, let's spend some time here. First of all, I know the answer to this question, and I hope everybody watching does too. But what is a good way to protect yourself in case something happens? Let's say that your Facebook account gets deleted. How do you protect your list?
I want all of you to be gathering emails like crazy.
How do we do that?
Okay, so free offers is a great one. Like my business foundation checklist, everything you're putting out, you're asking for emails so you can also reach out to people in that platform, in that space, emails. Here's an interesting piece because people are like, no one opens emails anymore. Cool. Only about 3% of your followers actually see your posts. Only about 3% of your followers see your posts. About 30% of your email list open your emails.
Or at least they should if you're doing it right.
If you're doing it right, you should be around 20 to 30%, 25 to 30%. You can obviously get higher. You can be lower. But if you're doing it well, you should be right around that 25 to 30%.
And even if they're not opening your email, they're seeing you in their inbox every time you send an email.
Exactly.
So
it's 10 times more effective. 10 times more effective to be sending emails than just to be posting on social media. So I use social media to drive people in to sign up for my email list because more people see my stuff on like the For You pages and those types of things than my actual followers do. So I'm pulling those people in to then be like, now sign up for my email list. My email list has almost 1.5 times more subscribers than I have followers.
Wait, say that one more time.
I have 1.5 times more email subscribers than I do followers on any platform combined.
Did you hear that? That's important. And I can hear some of you saying right now, why would I want to ask somebody? I don't know how to, let's go with this. I don't know how to ask somebody just to join my email list. You do not, and I don't recommend that you just say, get on my newsletter or join my email list. That's not a no-brainer. Like you need to give some value. So first of all, unless you have one hell of a newsletter, like you are putting out amazing content on the regular basis. It doesn't have to be daily. It doesn't have to be weekly. It could be monthly even. I would not put on your website, on your landing pages, on any of those things, get my newsletter, because really nobody wants to be on another email list. On the flip side, everybody knows that if you are making some sort of a free offer, like an ebook, like a checklist, all of the different lead magnets that you can come up with, everybody knows that when they put their email in, they are giving you permission to put them on their email list, and then they can unsubscribe if they want. P.S. Pro tip, make sure that your email list has an unsubscribe thing, because this will help you, not get in trouble with the Google, and not to hurt your domain and all of the things. So there's another $1 million nugget for you today, friends. And it's not even we're not even been here for an hour. We have not even been here for an hour.
I know, only 36 minutes, and you have $2 million nuggets that I heard. I don't know if you dropped more before I came.
I don't know. I was talking to myself, basically. Telling them all the things. And bad news, I'm already out of coffee, so it's going to be a long day. Okay, what else did I want to talk about when we were discussing multiple types of marketing avenues? We talked about the email list. That was really important. A lot of people are struggling with, what platform do I use? And this is email lists and CRMs. So let's go down that, because I know you work with a lot of brand new business owners, and that is I would suspect that you hear that question a lot.
Yeah. So if we're talking about platforms, social media, my answer is always the same. You need to know who your target market is and you need to go to the platforms that they use. If you are targeting teenagers, there's no reason for you to be on LinkedIn. You're wasting your time. You probably don't even need to be on Facebook anymore. Be Real is really coming up and running well. Kids are still using Snapchat, but not as much. TikTok's better. Instagram's okay. So you want to be able to pull up the demographics, and you can for every single one. User demographics for TikTok and find the ones where your people are, and you show up where your people are instead of putting up a sign and expecting people to come to you. Again, because we're not marketing like we matter, we're showing up where people are and we're engaging with them.
What about somebody who wants to get away from social media and they really they don't have an email list and they want to start creating one? What do you tell them?
There are so many options. Again, business existed before social media. Business existed before social media. So I have a list that I have pulled up. Let's talk about it. One, you can run ads on social media without being active on social media. You can absolutely do that. Emails. You said you don't have the email list yet, but we can start creating those sequences. You can go to conferences. You can go to events. You can do bundles. There's online bundles all over the place that people are pulling freebies together and you're getting a bunch of leads from those. Those are pretty successful for me.
Holy mother, you just gave me like 6 different workshops that we need to work into the next upcoming funnels.
Mailers and flyers, networking, go to events, show your face, talk to human beings. Networking is such an easy way to start growing your business, to start being loud and testing your I help statement, testing your marketing to make sure people are understanding what you're talking about. Events, summits like this, speak places, teach people things, get out there in other places and things like that. Community events, third-party ads, collaborations, workshops, trainings, third-party websites, Google ads. I mean, there's so many different things. Go hang up posters at your grocery store. It kind of depends on your business model. If you have an online business, it's going to be entirely different than if you have a brick and mortar.
Okay, so here are 2 things that I'm going to put into the chat right now. So 1, she mentioned networking. Kara and I met in a networking event, and now I like to think that we're inseparable. I don't know how she feels about that, but anyway, so
I agree. You're fine. I like your earrings too. P.S. Sidebar. Everyone should notice JKN's cute earrings. I keep meaning to match her, and I don't even know where mine are. But
I am a really good. If you're new to the JKN space, I like to really lean into professional hype woman. I am not getting paid for this yet. However, every time I do something with Kara live, I try to wear an outfit that these earrings that are actually kind of pretty close to her logo. My kid tried to tell me that these earrings did not match my dress today, but you can't even see my dress hardly at all. Just the top.
They match to me.
Yeah, those are super cute. Totally got all. I don't even know.
You had 2 things you wanted to share. I don't remember what they were.
So I'm gonna put. Oh, I do a networking event on Tuesdays that's called Let's Flamingo, and this is a great opportunity. It's like a roundtable type experience, and we have a different theme. We'll have a different theme every week. So maybe one week we'll talk about your help statement, my help statements. Maybe one week we'll talk about landing pages. Who knows? All the things, quick wins, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to drop the link to that. And hopefully you're already watching this inside of the Funnel Like a Badass Facebook group. That is a fantastic place for you not only to get help with your funnels, but to network and get to know each other. And I'm going to drop the link to Kara's Facebook group because it is a wonderful resource for people who are trying to figure out how to market like they matter and get answers about their businesses as well. So, Kara, if you want to keep talking about those things that you were just mentioning, I will drop those 3 links as quickly as possible.
Do you mean the different ways to market?
Yeah.
Okay. I can talk about that forever. One of my very favorite ones, guys, are events. Like
This
a
is an
show,
event.
an expo, or a farmer's market. Those types of things are great ways to jumpstart your business and to get business that is not online. My first business I started by going to bridal shows. I was a wedding photographer and I knew exactly nothing. And I big fat showed up and put up a big, huge display and talked to every single person who walked by me. And to every single one of them, I would be like, hey, I like your shoes, or hey, I really like your hair. That's a cute jacket, or I really like your purse. And then I would pull them into my booth with those things because I said something nice and people want to talk to me. And then I'd say, hey, we're giving away a free engagement session. Would you like to enter to win said free engagement session? Do you see the funnel? Free engagement session. And they'd be like, sure. Or they'd be like, no, thanks, because you seem weird. That's fine. But most of them would say, sure. And they fill out the form to get a free engagement session. And the next day I follow up. Here's the person who won. You didn't win, but here's 50% off. Let's book a free engagement session. And also, P.S., here's the stuff on my wedding packages. And then from there, it's engagement session to a meeting to booking a wedding.
Can we spend some time talking about these live events? Because I know that there's so many things. This is another strategy. Oh my God, this is a whole nother session on its own. Like for real, because I know you have strong feelings about this and I have strong feelings about these events. Let's just be in their face and tell them all the things not to do. Can we do that? And when I say not to do, everybody's doing these things. So it seems intuitive to do the same things. However, because everybody is doing the same things and these are the wrong way to do these things, your table, your booth, or whatever is not staying top of mind. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Oh no, I was gonna let you.
I have visual aids.
Oh yes, visual aids. Okay, so let me first give you my very favorite thing to do so that people are drawn. You need a pretty booth, right? Like you need it to look nice, right? But let me give you pro tip. If you have one of those, and you could even make it like you could makeshift this, but if you get one of those giant wheels for people to spin to win a prize, I promise you every single person and their brother is going to come up to your table and they're going to want to spin to win. That's pro tip number 1. Show us your visuals. I'm really excited about this, actually.
It works like this. You're right. Your booth is not top of mind. And when we get home from events, especially if they're big ones, we have a little bag full of all of our crap. And we picked up all of the free things along the way because that's 90% of the reason we're there is to get free stuff. And you get home and you dump it out. And if your stuff doesn't stand out, it's instantly gone. Why are they looking it up? Why are they looking into you more? I have a TikTok about this that did pretty well. There's a bunch of, go find my TikTok. I think it's at the top. There's a bunch of different business cards in there because we went through a big event in Park City and show you the difference. But I'm going to show you what this looks like. So if you dump out your stuff and you're sorting through, you are pulling out the things that you remember. So if this is what you're handing out at your show, nobody knows what that is. I understand it has my stuff on it, but someone who just met me isn't going to be like, oh, Carol Laws, I remember her. That's a name that's ingrained in my soul. That's not what you're handing out. Instead, you need something like this because this is an exact copy of the signage in my booth. So I have a giant sign. This is it in miniature. It has my picture on it. It has the book that they stopped and looked at. It breaks down everything right here. And then on the back, there's more. And again, it has my face, which is important. Those types of things are what you want. This, yep, it's cool. And it has like all the sticky notes, which is lovely. It means nothing when they get home. The good part about it is it clunks, which means they're going to pick it up. But this all by itself doesn't mean anything to anyone else. So it's another item that doesn't help you make money.
Okay, so real quick, let's pretend that you are somebody, who is just giving away, remember, come to, I don't even know what time it is, but there's a session tomorrow that's going to help you with the stay front of mind thing. But let's pretend that you're somebody who is only giving away business cards in your booth. Make sure that you are putting something on your business card that tells them exactly what you do so they're going to remember, right? Not just the launch. And if you're somebody who's giving away promotional items like that post-it notebook thing, An easy solution to that would be put something on the back. Either have them the next time you reorder, add something to the back, or get crafty and spend some time and put something on the back or on the inside or something, so that when somebody uses it, because I use mine all the time. I say that it's right here, or it was. Oh shoot! I think my kids stole it. Damn it! I use it all the time. But if I didn't know Kara, if I didn't have a relationship with Kara, I would be like, this is just cool. And you do not want to spend money on promotional items that do not keep you front of mind.
Yes.
That is a waste of your time and money. Don't do that.
So even like my business card, this side is useless. This side has a picture, 2 graphics to help people remember why they stopped. When I did bridal shows, we had a 3-fold flyer thing that we handed out. And on it, it had a big button that said bow to the bride, which gave it its clunking power when you drop it out. And then on the back, again, it looked everything almost looked exactly like our booth. We used the exact same images from our booth for the thing. On the very back, it had a picture of my husband and I who were in the booth. And then if you can't remember us, here's 3 reasons you may have picked this up. We gave you chocolate. You met our brides. We had brides in the booth with us, our past brides, which was pure gold. And then I can't remember what the other one was. But if you're doing these events, you got to do them smart. If you're just showing up and sitting there and again, waiting for people to come to you, that's not marketing like you matter. That's passive. You got to stand up and you got to compliment everyone who walks by or say hi to everyone who walks by and get in there and ask them to join your thing, join your email list. Or, hey, if you join our email list, you get a free sticker, but this sticker alone isn't good enough. All of those types of things. So we're moving people into something more and excitedly talking about our business and marketing like we matter instead of passively sitting behind a table and knitting and hoping that somebody takes the first step. People do that all the time.
Oh my gosh. Now that the next time you go to any type of show event, what are they called? Vendor event? Yeah, vendor event. You're gonna instantly find the person knitting, and you're not gonna be able to forget that. You're gonna laugh out loud and remember this day for the rest of your life, because you can't go to one and not find at least one person who is crocheting or knitting or something. Okay, funny. Blah blah blah. Okay, what else is on the do not do list?
Do not do list. Do not sit there. Do not forget signage. It's so important. Do not forget to collect emails. Do not be afraid to ask people to sign up for your email list. Again, you should be giving them something. My favorites are the enter to win.
Yes,
that
is the best way. And it's the easiest for you. Like, you don't feel as much pressure to say, hey, I'm giving away XYZ. Would you like to enter to win? If they have absolutely no interest in whatever you're giving away, please also make sure that your giveaway is related and congruent to your business. Please go. I've
done this wrong a lot. So like, I'm talking loudly about all these things. I'm very passionate about shows, if you missed that. But I've done it a lot where I'm giving away something that has nothing to do with my business. Like, we used to have a kind of costumey cosplay photo shoot thing that we would dress people up and we made the costumes ourselves, and it was a whole thing. And part of what I gave away for that to get people in was I gave them like iPod Nanos when those were not even Nanos, just iPods when they were super popular and over $100. That had nothing to do with my business. I was just giving stuff away. I was spending a crap ton of money and getting no return. And I'm really good at doing this. I just pack things in and give it away. Instead, you want to be giving things away that are strategic, like the engagement session. That makes sense because it's leading into the wedding. And I didn't give all of the images away. I gave away like the sitting fee and maybe 5 images or something like that, so that we're leading them gently into the next step instead of like, hey, sign up to win this basket of flowers. And it has nothing to do with my business. And then I'm like, oh, and I take pictures. They don't go together. I'm really prone to doing this. So that's another big no for me that I try to teach people.
Well, if you're giving away stuff, let's talk how this works for your email list and the cost. If you, and I've done this too, if you give away something that is not related to your business, and it is, of course, something that people want, let's pretend that you're a wedding photographer and you're giving away an iPod. Do they still make iPods, by the way?
I don't even know.
You're giving away an iPod. You're going to get every single person. You're going to get the 16-year-old girl who's walking down the aisle. You're going to get the grandma that's walking down the aisle. You're going to get all these people who don't give a shit about wedding photography entering your giveaway, which is cool. You feel good that you get all these names and numbers. First of all, if you're somebody who is going to be diligent in following up with every single one of those names and numbers, you're going to waste a lot of time. When it comes to your email list, you actually pay for every email that you send out. If you have a small list, it's pennies, right? I mean, it's not going to cost you very much, but once you scale and your list starts to get pretty big, you have bigger expenses attached, right? You do not want people on your email list that are not going to ever buy from you, because that is costing you money.
Exactly. Yeah. And so you want it to be next steps into your business. I love events. I've seen so much success out of events from my business and from other people's businesses, but only if they do it right. I've also seen people waste a lot of time because they didn't know how to do an event, how to do a vendor event, and how to show up and be loud and market like they matter. And so they just showed up and felt really frustrated and discouraged. You got to show up with a plan that isn't just buy stuff. Buying stuff is secondary. These events, number one is gathering leads.
Yes. That's really good. Okay, so I cannot even tell how many people are watching this. If you're watching this live or the replay, tell us if you would like to do a whole session on planning out a vendor event, meaning like what your signage should look like, what your giveaway should be. I think that'd be really fun to do in like a group session, because then you can get, that's the type of thing where you collaborate and you strategize with other people, because people outside, you know, a fresh set of eyes will give you ideas that you didn't even think of. So let us know, or let me know in the comments if that would be a fun workshop that you would love to do. I like doing vendor events as well. I'm just lazy.
No, I love them. We had such a good system with my photography studio. And it was great. So if anyone wants more on that, I could talk your ear off, even down to your layout.
Dude, I've sold Avon. I've done Mary Kay. I've done all of the MLM type things, right? So vendor events I've done for years and years and years and years. And I like to walk into a building and see the different setups of people and laugh because of either how little effort they put in or the ridiculous stuff that they're doing. So you got to be kind of ridiculous so that you catch people's eyes. I mean, that is important. Anyway, so yeah, I could go on and on too.
I could too, for sure.
Okay, what else? There were other things that I wanted to dive into. We still have, I think it'll be like 15 minutes before he pops in.
I got two more for you really quickly that we can totally talk about. The next one, so number 4, is advertising with the right runway. JKN talks about this as well. This means when you're getting ready for, say, Black Friday, are you telling people that your Black Friday sale is coming and what it is and how to get it and getting them excited weeks beforehand? Or are you telling them the day before? Yeah. What type of runway are we really setting up for all of our launches? And we have multiple launches. Every time you have a sale, every time you have a deal, every time you have a new product or service that goes out, you write a book, anything like that. How much time are you actually giving yourself?
You continue on your thought. I'm so sorry, but we have just you and I, so many different examples of what to do and what not to do. And I want to talk about them.
Yeah. You're fine. Cause I was just going to say, how much time are you giving people? Oftentimes we're hiding because we're afraid we're going to bore people again. We're not marketing like we matter. We're marketing like we're scared. And so we wait until the last minute and then try to bring people in. But like JKN said earlier, people need to see your stuff at least 7 to 12 times. So you have to give them enough time to do that and get that done. And then I have a question for everyone too. Disney Plus started marketing Disney Plus well before Disney Plus was launched. Does anyone know how long they started marketing Disney Plus before they launched it?
I do.
I feel like we're going to sit in here. I want people, if you're watching the recording, if you're seeing it live, I want you to put your guess in there. How long before Disney Plus was launched did Disney start marketing Disney Plus? All right, J.K., what's the answer?
I think it's 2 years.
It was 2 years.
2
years. If Disney, with their millions and millions and millions of followers and people who are just obsessed with them, still needs 2 years to really market a new product well, we are kidding ourselves to think we only need like an hour or a week or 2 days.
So I have here's a bad example of taking up space, marketing like you matter, building the runway, all the things. Those are 3 of my favorite phrases. This event. So if you are new to this space, you probably don't know that I actually do lots of events. Last year, I focused on what was called Purpose and Profits. It was an event just like this. It was a summit, right? And we did several. Every single month, there were mini ones in there. And then every quarter, we did a 2-day summit. Me and my friends. Well, I, for whatever reason, had it in my head that because people were used to seeing me do these live events, I could just throw one together super fast, and I did. And you're here today, and I'm so glad that you're here. But I changed the format a little bit. I changed who my collaborators were, and or how I get them, my experts and whatnot. And I really only promoted for this event for maybe a week. That's not enough time, even if people are used to seeing me do events. So I am going into this today knowing that this is like a beta. We're testing a lot of different things. I don't expect high attendance because I did not market like I mattered. Okay. Now, that being said, we're doing another one in 30 days, 6 weeks, whatever it is. I think it'll be the second week of July, just so you know. But I'll have... Not only will I do a better job of marketing, but my speakers will have all of the assets that they need to be able to market for themselves. Okay. So that's an example of bad marketing. Okay. In fact, if you're watching this live or the replay, tell me how many times you saw something about this event or where you saw it. Okay. And then here's an example of really good marketing. While Kara was writing the book that is part of the VIP program offer, whatever, and that we've already talked about, you can see the big stack behind her. While she was writing that, she was constantly talking about it. Everybody knew that this book was coming out. And the whole time that this is happening, I'm just assuming that Kara knows what the hell she's doing, and she's marketing. She's trying to building the runway, right? Telling people all the things. And then I kid you not. Well, she did a really great job, okay? Because she was building curiosity. People were chomping at the bit to get this book. She did a fantastic job. Funny story. Maybe 2 weeks. Was it about 2 weeks?
Yeah, probably. I just realized what you were going to say.
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks before the book is due to drop. Like on the shelves at Amazon, she's getting it printed, all of the things. It is the final step. She says to me, maybe I should put together a marketing plan for this book. I'm like, what do you mean?
Truth.
What do you mean? So I 100% I've embodied her strategy. If you want to call it a strategy now, knowing what I know. And I am working on a book this year, and I keep talking about this book, hoping and knowing that I'm building the runway, right? Hoping that people get as excited about it as I did for Kara's book. So if you know you're going to do something, as soon as you know you're going to do it, okay, whoa, let's take a step back. A lot of people will tell you not to talk about things until it's done, right? Have you heard that, Kara? Like, you don't want to... What's the verbiage I'm looking for here? Like, you don't want to celebrate too early or let people know when you're working on big things because you don't want their negativity, and you just need to keep your head down and work, right?
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, there are things that you're doing that you know that you're doing, you're working on them, and you're telling people that they're coming so that they can get excited about it. I don't quite know what bridge I was trying to cross there, but if you're writing a book, that's something that you can talk about for 2 years down the road, right? I'm going to stop talking. You take over.
No, you're right on the right. I agree. Talking, a lot of people are like, you don't talk about it until somebody might steal your stuff. You don't talk about it till it's ready. You don't, what if you're setting people up? What if, I don't know, all of the things, a lot of fear. I like talking about things and seeing people talk about things before they're ready. Disney was talking about Disney Plus before it was ready. And even when it came out, it was still a hot mess. It didn't search correctly. It didn't save your spots in anything. I just started random shows that you didn't click on because I was one of the first people in there. It didn't even work. It's fine. We can't be saddled with fear that our stuff doesn't work before we start marketing it. So even like when I started creating this course, the Launch Your Business Academy, that was another thing that I talked about before it was ready. It also gives you the opportunity while you're creating things to kind of start to test your market and get some feedback from people. And if they're not vibing with the book title that's Don't Suck at Business, if everyone's like, oh my gosh, that sounds so aggressive, you sound so arrogant, I have a chance to change it. People also helped me design my book cover and choose the book cover that they vibe well with because I was loud about it and because we were talking about it beforehand. So part of your runway is like pulling your audience in and getting them to care about what you're building and see what you're doing and have a little bit of a stake in it.
Well, and that's fantastic because because people knew this book was coming. It was talked about at least a year in advance. I mean, I don't know if you were talking about it before you and I met, but it was pretty much something that came up right when we met. People were so invested in that book. How many best-selling lists did you hit?
At least 6. It's hard to start tracking. Because like, especially on Amazon, because it changes quickly, but I sat solidly on like 6 of them for a good week. And I didn't have a good marketing plan to launch it. Like JKN said, I didn't have a great marketing plan to launch it. I hadn't really planned that piece out. But since I'd been talking about it for over a year, people already were keeping an eye out for it. And so hitting that bestseller list wasn't as hard as I anticipated. And it kind of picked up for my lack of organization and marketing that week, the week or 2 leading up to that.
It was a good strategy, maybe not a good plan. But I almost dropped my tennis ball. That being said, I know that Jody Solberg is watching, and did you know that Jody hit the Amazon best-selling list?
I saw that. I think this is the second time she's done it.
Oh, it makes me so excited. So congratulations, Jody. Feel free, because I know you're watching, drop the link to your book so that anybody watching can check it out, because we want to collaborate and we want to share the wins of other people that are participating in this event. So good. Yeah. So okay, let's talk about next steps for anybody watching this that wants to work further with Kara. 1, hello, words are hard. Number 1, you can upgrade to the VIP package. And I guess I can take this time now to actually tell you what's in the VIP package. The important thing, the only thing I care about right this second, is that Kara's book is in the VIP package. I am really proud that that's in the VIP thing. Like, I want to get that book in the hands of lots of people because I've read it, first of all. My sister is pretty impressed that my name is on the back of the book, and this has become an inside joke of Kara and I forever. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, VIP, get the book. You can also get that checklist. I put the link in the chat. Let's talk about Market Like You Matter, the course, because that's the topic of this session, Market Like You Matter. How can they get more information? How can they continue down this path?
Okay, so I'm just going to tell you my mistakes too, because every business owner makes mistakes, and it's okay to say that as well. I do have the domain marketlikeYouMatter.com, but it's currently not connected to the right things. So,
are you kidding me?
That whole issue we had with moving platforms and people? That's what happened.
Oh my goodness.
So here's the link instead, just to the direct page. And this is a 4-week course. You can pull it out into 6 weeks if you would like. And it's walking you through all the things that we talked about, plus the ones that we didn't. How to track your marketing, how to know if you're wasting money, how to know if you're making money, how to get loud, all of these types of things. It's $197, so it's a very affordable course that you can get in and take all of these. There's a workbook that goes with it. There's a spreadsheet that goes with it to help you track things and actually apply this to your business. And it includes a 30-day double your income challenge, which we've had incredible results from, and people have doubled their income and tripled their income from this 30-day challenge as well. So all of those things are in there and available to you. It's a really good course. Hundreds of people are going through it right now. So I would highly encourage you to jump inside of that. If you're like, I need more of what we just talked about, it's all in the course.
Oh my goodness. Somebody came in the door and my dog freaked out. Okay. So let's see. For those of you who are watching live, I'm going to give you just an opportunity. Kara, I'm going to ask you for your final thoughts. But while we are waiting for the chat, if you have any questions for Kara, go ahead and drop a couple of them in the chat and we will address those if there are any. Our next session is all about AI. So go tell your friends and drop your questions. And Kara, final thoughts.
Final thoughts are...
That's kind of a weird question, huh? Let me be a little more specific. I'm sorry, that was a terrible question as a host. And friends, get ready for that to happen a lot today because I'm out of coffee. I know I already mentioned that. But if you were somebody who was just on a fly on the wall, if you were a fly on the wall today and listening to this conversation that we just had, what would be the number one thing that you would recommend people to do, let's say in the next week, to move their business and their marketing forward one tiny step?
Okay. Figure out what your next event is. That includes any type of launch, a new product, a new book, a sale, a discount. I mean, anything like that. Figure out what the next one is and then announce it now. If you're creating a course, let's start talking about it right now. If it's not going to be ready for a year, I don't freaking care. Start talking about it right now. Whatever it is, I would announce whatever you're sitting on that you haven't announced yet. That's what I would tell you to do the next week, is to go announce it anyway.
And you know what? Here's another $1 million nugget. If you know that you're working on something, even like you mentioned, if it's a course, it's going to take you, hopefully it doesn't actually take you a year to put together. But let's pretend it's going to take you 60 days. That's 60 days of content, 60 days of easy content, right? If you already know that you got something coming out, you just talk about the thing coming out. Easy content for the win. I don't see any questions. This has been, like I knew it would, this has been a fantastic conversation. We went all over the place, lots of ideas for future workshops in the Funnels to Fortune Masterclass. Again, let us know any of the ideas that we popped up in this section. Let us know what you'd be most excited to hear about, learn about, create a strategy for next time, and upgrade to VIP so that you can get Kara's book and more stuff. I never did tell anybody what else is in the VIP, but it's fine. It's a lot of fix your funnel and strategy stuff with me, so it's fine. Anyway, blah blah blah. Kara, what are you working on right now? And then I'll bring CT up to talk AI.
Oh, what am I working on in my business right now? Actually, it's very exciting. We're doing two things. One, we're remaking the entire academy, which is fun, and you can follow JKN and I along through that. We are getting together every Tuesday and talking about what we learned in the academy, because we're going through it like we're students, and making changes as we go through it. So if you want to know more about what's in the academy, see behind the scenes of how businesses are really working, how we're both running our businesses, get some nuggets and some fun and some secrets. We do that every Tuesday in my Facebook group, which is How to Launch a Business. So I'm working on that, and it's a ton of fun, and it's going to be amazing. And then we are also launching very soon a new laser focused coaching program, which is unlimited coaching as much as you need it, with little 3 months packages. The caveat is this: you can get in and book a coaching call whenever you want in those 3 months. quick 15-minute coaching calls, as many as you need. But you have to get your work done from the last call first.
That's a good rule to have in place.
So we're pushing people to actually implement what they're doing and pushing them along really quickly to get stuff done, tons of accountability, tons of reasons to keep getting things done and move like this and not having to wait for new calls, those types of things. So we are getting ready to launch that soon. I haven't talked about it at all. So there's my failure.
Yeah, but I've heard of it.
It's ready. It's almost ready to go.
Fantastic. What I was going to say when you were talking about those live videos that we're doing, if you want to know all of the dumpster fires that go on behind the scenes in either of our businesses and you want to feel better about your own business, then you should join us live because we talk about all that too.
Yes, we do.
All right, Kara, thank you so very much. Hopefully Kara will be back next month. Again, I have tentative dates set for that event, but this is fantastic. We're going to come up with something to talk about next month that will be an extension of the things that we talked about today. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So, Kara, see you later. Thank you so much. And we're going to move into, okay, let's do a little bit of, what do I want to do? Let's do, let's do a reminder. So we're about an hour in. I'm going to talk for a couple of minutes. So if you want to run to the restroom, if you want to grab some more water, I'm going to have one of my kids. Can you get me some more caffeine? Is there more coffee? Can you check? Yeah. Okay. That would be great. Coffee would be fantastic. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping to clean up. First of all, I'm saying this out loud for CT, as well as anybody watching, Adrian. My husband gave me this not fidget. It's just a tennis ball. But if you are not familiar with my health goals and history, this is supposed to make my hands stronger, and it is working. And I figured out while I was squeezing this ball, I started throwing it around, and it is increasing my mobility drastically. So if you see me throwing around a random tennis ball, do not be distracted. It is what it is. Other things, we are only streaming right now in a couple of places on Facebook and YouTube. Let us know where you're watching. If you would like to, I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, it's important. Tomorrow, one session that I added is going to be only on Zoom. There was a bigger chunk of time that I needed to fill, so I decided to put my money where my mouth is, and we're going to do a Fix My Funnels workshop session where you can come into Zoom, make sure you're registered so that you get the Zoom link, and we're going to spend time sharing our screens and fixing our funnels, whether that's email, landing page, automations, anything and everything, domains, anything that is associated with your customer journey. We're going to work on it tomorrow. As long as people are on the Zoom, I'll be there. I have 2 whole hours blocked off. Words are hard. I'll get to it. I'll get them right someday. Maybe not today or until I get more coffee. Let's move on to AI. So this is going to be another conversation where we're going to go with the flow. Every time that CT and I work together, collaborate, do live videos, whatever it is, we go with the comments in the chat. Really, words are hard. Is there no more coffee? Okay, I need some tea.